Mrs. Warren's Profession, written by George Bernard Shaw. When the play first came out in 1893, it was banned in professional theaters in the United Kingdom for almost 30 years because of the subject matter. In the United States, it was shut down after a single performance. Let's see what all the fuss was about.
A gentleman, prayed, walks over to Vivy, a young graduate of Cambridge. He asks if this is Miss Allison's house. Though curious, Vivy says, "Heck yeah, it is." Vivy opens the gate. Vivy tells him she was the one who sent for him. She talks about how hard college was, and he assumes she's not enjoying the finer things in life. Vivy reveals that she doesn't know jack shit about her mother or what she does for a living. Praed refuses to tell her. Praed is about to drop some hot gossip, but Sir George Croft and Miss Warren, who are business partners, enter through the gate. When Croft and Vivy shake hands, she shakes hard, asserting her independence. Vivy grabs more chairs. Vivy exits so that she can make the tea. The three of them chit-chat about how Vivy isn't a child anymore. Miss Warren leaves to help Vivy. Croft and Praed are now alone discussing who Vivy's father might be. Croft admits he finds Vivy smoking hot. Praed tells him, "Ew, you're way older than her." Miss Warren pops her head in to let them know tea is ready. Frank then enters. He lets the other men know that Vivy most likely is in love with him. Then Frank's father, Reverend Samuel Gardner, enters. Frank and his father have a fight whether it would be a good idea or not to marry Vivy. Vivy and Miss Warren come back outside, and Reverend recognizes Miss Warren because he used to write her sexy love letters long ago. At first, only Miss Warren and Frank are in the cottage. Miss Warren kisses Frank because he was teasing her, and then she says, "It's only a motherly kiss. Go and make love with Vivy." Frank says, "So I have." Miss Warren is shocked. Reverend and Croft arrive for dinner. Frank argues with everyone that he should marry Vivy, but no one else agrees because Frank is poor. Vivy and Praed enter. Miss Warren is mad that Vivy stayed out so late, and Vivy ignores her. Dinner is ready, and there are only 4 plates, but 6 of them! So Vivy and Frank decide to wait to eat. Croft and Miss Warren now switch places with them. Croft reveals he wants to marry Vivy, but Miss Warren says that's ridiculous, and Croft acts like a little baby. It's time for everyone to leave the cottage now. Frank tries to give Vivy a kiss, but she tells him she hates him. Now just Vivy and Miss Warren are in the house fighting. Vivy calls her fat and argues that she barely knows her and demands to know who her father is. Her mother starts talking about her past and her business with her sister. She tells Vivy that she was a man-pleaser. After talking, Vivy has a new respect for her mom, and they go to sleep for the night.
The sloshed Reverend comes to see Frank in their garden. Praed enters, and the Reverend leaves to work on his sermon. Praed thinks Frank should be more respectful of his father. Vivy and her mom enter, holding each other, which is wild, because they're always fighting. Reverend Sam leaves with Mrs. Warren, Praed, and Croft to give them a tour of the church. Vivy and Frank then flirt with each other, but Frank ruins it by calling Vivy's mom an old wretch. Croft then enters and gets Frank to leave. Croft basically asks for Vivy's hand in marriage, and she says, "No way, Jose." Croft tells her a secret that him and her mother are partners in the business still working today. Vivy gets pissed because she thinks now it's double skeezy. Like, she gets it, but come on. Croft asks her to marry him, and she says, "No, get out of here." Croft gets really angry, so Vivy rings a bell in fear. Frank enters with a rifle. Croft runs away real quick, but not before telling Frank and Vivy they are half-siblings. Vivy yeets the hell out of there.
Frank is in Vivy's office waiting for her. Vivy enters and is annoyed that he's there. She has lots of stuff to get done. Frank thinks because he loves Vivy so much they can't be siblings. Vivy brushes him off, stating that she wishes they were siblings so he would leave her alone. Praed then enters to say goodbye. Vivy gets annoyed and gets hysterical. Vivy discusses about her mother's profession and Praed scolds her for being judgmental of Mrs. Warren. Vivy tells Mrs. Warren's secret. They read it and are majorly grossed out. Vivi leaves the room. Frank tells Parade he's dumping Vivi because of her mom. Mrs. Warren enters nervous. Frank writes a farewell note to Vivi and tells Mrs. Warren that she should probably leave. Vivi returns and asks Frank and Parade to leave. Vivi tells her mother she's ditching her because Croft told her everything. The fact that she's still involved in the prostitution business changes their relationship. Mrs. Warren gives a long monologue to make Vivi feel guilty. Vivi doesn't care. Mrs. Warren leaves, slamming the door. Vivi then sees Frank's notes and chuckles, throws it in the trash, and is happy.
Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold.